Lads. Lads, welcome to another match preview. Sheffield United versus West Ham, or should I say West Ham versus Sheffield United, because we're playing at the London Stadium at 6 p.m. on BT Sport live. And it's another one of these stupid 6 p.m. kickoffs where it's trying to get back from work and stuff like that, and finishing work and then having to, you're not getting that anticipation, are we, Hal? Do you know what I mean?
It's twisting my melon, man.
Okay. So you're going for a 90s Manchester sort of vibe.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think it's just anything to detract from the fact that we are wearing exactly the same shirt.
We went for it though for a reason, didn't we? We definitely went for it for a reason. It's Valentine's Day. Love is in the air. Me and Hal, we like each other a lot. I'm not sure we're at the love stage yet. But we've gone for this lovely pink ensemble because, well, it's actually really lucky, isn't it?
Yeah, the lucky pink shirt, certainly for you. I will say, though, I'm absolutely freezing in my house wearing this because I've only just changed things, because as my wife's pleading tears froze to her face this morning, I have reluctantly agreed it is finally time this year to put the heating on. But it's only just come on. I think as a true Yorkshireman, I should have waited a few months more.
Yeah, you're just tight, aren't you? You are well tight. It's always boiling in our house, to be honest. So, well, after about 4 p.m., something like that, it's always boiling. Anyway, so let's move on to the match. Actually, before we get onto that, we'll talk about Chelsea first. We've had two matches. No. We had one in the league and one in the cup. We were talking about whether to go with the league or the cup, but I think the fact that we played Chelsea, I think both sides are pretty similar. I think we went for it a little bit more with the Bristol City game, with having Didsey in that hole, that number 10, that attacking midfielder, if you like. I don't really think it worked as well as what we expected. I thought we were going to go all guns blazing. We were going to shed loads of chances. We created some. Didn't take them, but we got the result in the end. Chelsea game, we didn't get the result what we wanted. I don't think we played that well. I don't think Chelsea played that well either. I think they were there for the taking, but we weren't good enough. We weren't clinical enough. The only goal we actually scored was from our old mate Rudiger, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah, I love that own goal, the Roberto Carlos free kick style own goal. It was curling wide of the post and just creeped in.
Yeah, it's, I really enjoy the watching that video of me and you absolutely celebrating it like it were goal of the century. But it got us back into the game. It's just a pity that we couldn't see it out or even find a winner. But anyway, we'll move on to the next game because hopefully we're going to play a little bit better against West Ham and get at least 1 point, if not 3. So last time out, Hal, what happened?
Yeah, away to West Ham, it was a 1-1 draw. It was that sort of time last season where we were drawing most games away from home. It felt like all of them were 1-1, went through that nice long spell of not losing away as well. Mousse was brought on in the 63rd minute, and he found the net just 6 minutes later when he side-footed a volley, which bobbled kind of out of the reach of Roberto Jimenez in the West Ham goal. It was the kind of shot he took early, and if he'd taken any more time over it, I think the keeper might have saved it. The Hammers had taken the lead just before the break when Robert Snodgrass, who else, fired low past Dean Hammond. And hey, this will make you reminisce the attendance that day, right? 59,878. Wow.
I didn't even know it took that many fans. Yeah. I didn't know West Ham had that many fans either.
I think 58,000 of them were Blades.
Yeah, I think you're probably
must
right
have been.
there. Yeah. I've not been to. I didn't go to that game, but it looks a terrible stadium to go to. Literally no atmosphere because you're about 3 miles away from the pitch.
It's brilliant. I feel like it's their long-term punishment for their cheating ways because they have a soulless stadium and every home match day is an awful experience which they will never enjoy again.
Oh, you can't be saying this because I were building some bridges last night on a West Ham fan channel and everybody in the comments loved me. They were like, oh, I hope Sheffield United stay up and stuff. And I'm thinking, am I actually on a West Ham fan channel here? So,
by the way,
God.
I said Dean Hammond instead of Dean Henderson, didn't I?
Oh, did you?
I didn't even notice.
I didn't either. No.
Oh, no. And you know why.
Oh, dear. Anyway, so, to be honest, that Moussa goal was a little bit, it was an excellent finish right in the bottom corner. But let's be honest, the keeper probably should have saved it. And he's not a very good goalkeeper.
I think actually it was because Moussa hit that shot at the time when no one was expecting him to hit it. That's the great thing about Moussa when he's on form, like against Man United as well. He hits shots far earlier than you think. You think he's going to take another couple of touches and then set himself. And that's sort of what Baldock did wrong in that game, because he had two great chances. But Moussa just smashed it, and you thought, "Wow, where did that come from?" It was perfect. And obviously, the other end, Dean Hammond had no chance. What he was even doing, in goal,
it was almost like he wasn't even on the pitch, was he?
It was more like that, yes.
Right, okay, so we'll go into team news. It's looking better. I looked on the comments of our Instagram post, and somebody wrote something like, "Oh, it's whoever we've got fit," and it's like, actually, these days we've got most of the team fit. So it's only Sanderberger again, Jack O'Connell again. I think Chris Wilder alluded to the fact that Jack's had a couple of setbacks, but let's just forget about Sander and Jack. They're long gone this season. If we get anything out of them, that would be brilliant, but I can't see it.
Well, one thing you say, forget about Sander, we should just mention it's his 23rd birthday today, so happy birthday, Sanderberg.
Absolutely. I don't mean forget about them like completely. It's not like they don't exist anymore. They are just, they don't exist to our footballing.
They're like Neil Warnock. You remember on the documentary when Danny Cadamartri was feeling a bit sick? He said, "Danny, get out. Don't look at you. Don't look at you. Get out.
Get out of my side. Get out of my side. Have a bath."
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, bless him. So Jack Robinson as well, obviously, but we're not as bothered about Jack Robinson as we are about Jack O'Connell and Sanderberger. Sorry, Jack. Moussa as well. We're still not 100% whether Moussa is going to be fit to play. Moussa is always a bit of a funny one. Ennis Stevens was on the bench midweek, and it's looking like he's going to be maybe playing some part. He's definitely going to be on the bench at least. Maybe he'll start. Maybe Osborne will start. Who knows? Baldock is kind of a last-minute thing, we think. I don't think... Wilder said he's going to be on the train if he's going to be fit. But it's one of them where, unless Bogle gets injured, I can't see Baldock coming on the field to play, really. Unless we are like 1-0 up, last few minutes, bring him on to waste a bit of time. And obviously... that defensive, because he's better defending than Bogle, isn't he, really? Definitely. So predicted lineup, Rammers in the goal. I was going to say Jack O'Connell then, definitely not Jack O'Connell.
And not Dean Hammond either.
And not Dean Hammond, no. Rammers in the goal. Bogle, I've gone with Osborne at left wing back. Basham, right centre back. Egan, Ampadu, he's got to be, really. Norwood defensive midfield, Lunny, Fleck, again, it's got to be really. And then this is always the one that we're never too sure about. Didsy's got to start 100%. If he does not start, I won't be happy. And then NA other, really, I think.
You can see on my predicted lineup on social media, I've gone for the pace in behind of Ollie Burke. So what are you going with?
That's what I've gone for. But I could easily see it being someone like Ollie McBurney trying to put it up him, as you like, and kind of be a bit more dangerous in the air. Because even though Ollie Burke is massive, like big, like really tall, really broad, really strong, he's not great in the air. I've not seen him win too many headers. So maybe Ollie McBurney might start in this game, but we'll have to see. So do you want to tell everybody where we're going to find your prediction?
Yeah, absolutely. At Sheffield United Way on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You'll always get that before the game, day before the game. What I reckon should be the 11 and what Chris Wilder necessarily go with is actually always been different, but it's quite fun to then get your thoughts as well on all of that. So always appreciate your comments.
I'd always go with you over Chris Wilder any day of the week.
Thank you. Yeah. You'd be right too.
No problem, mate. So let's move on to your section here, Hal. So what are we expecting from West Ham?
Well, you mentioned that a lot of people have been saying it's like whoever's fit for us. They're very much the walking wounded. Antonio might be out for this one, which is fantastic news. The former Wednesday right back is their number one striker. They play a 4-2-3-1. I'm expecting Fabianski in goal. Kufal, probably one of the signings of the season, the right back. Dawson, right centre back. He's still playing. Diop at left centre back. He's passed a fitness test. Cresswell, left back, who's really started coming into his own since he's been playing as a left centre back, but could do a job there at left back, which is where he originally, of course, made his name. Then Rice, Souček, and left midfield, I'm expecting Fornals. Ben Rama's now become more of a central attacking midfielder rather than an out-and-out striker. Same with Bowen, who now plays much more on that right side of attacking midfield. And a sort of false nine, I'm expecting, Jesse Lingard, if Antonio doesn't make it. So he's suffering from fatigue. He might play. I think it's more likely he'll be on the bench. And Fredericks may be for Bowen, but I've gone with that starting 11.
It sounds quite a defensive side, really. And
yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, on the West Ham fan channel, they were saying about the false nine thing. I wouldn't have known anything about that because I don't really enjoy watching West Ham play football, if I'm being completely honest. But Haller's obviously gone to Ajax, I think it is. So, yeah, he was the difference last time. So that's a good thing. And I think this false nine thing, I'm more than happy with that. They were saying that, it's stupid when teams come to London Stadium and play three at the back, like three centre-backs. And it's like, yeah, but that's how we play football. That's where we've got our joy ever since Chris Wilder's been here. So we'll move on to score prediction. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think that's really what we've got to go out and win these games. But I think it's going to be really difficult against a side that are doing so well, going for Europe at the moment they are. So it's going to be difficult. It could be 1-1 in my opinion, but I think we've got to just go for it. If we lose, we lose. We need to try and win this game, really.
Yeah, spot on. 6 of the last 8 visits to West Ham have been draws. And get this, the Blades have won 2 of 26 previous trips to London in the Premier League. I mean, wow. Chelsea in 1993 and Crystal Palace last season, that Gaeta own goal. So, I mean, it doesn't bode well.
That's a weird start, that, because we were unbeaten last season in London, weren't we?
Yeah, but we got a lot of draws. You just think of Tottenham was a draw, West Ham was a draw, Arsenal was a draw. It's just kind of the way that it fell for us. We could have won a number of those games that I've just mentioned. So, you'd be mad almost to pick a Blades win, but this is a Blades fan channel, so 2-0 United.
I like that. I hope you're right, mate. I hope you get this one right. Next, we're moving on to our final section. That sounded a bit weird. And that's player connections. So I think it's only fitting for me to go for the first player connection as Wayne Quinn. We had him on the podcast a long time ago, but we'll say to everybody else that it was Friday night. And yeah, obviously Quinny didn't enjoy his time at West Ham United. If you haven't seen that podcast, and if you haven't seen that podcast, I don't know what you're doing. So straight after this, you need to go and watch that podcast because it was brilliant. And Quinny is such a great lad. But no, he didn't enjoy his time at West Ham. He did enjoy his time at Sheffield United. Hal?
I'll give you Ravel Morrison.
Good one. Got him on my list as well. Yeah. Do you want to say anything about him?
He made much more of an impact for West Ham than he did for us. I think we never saw the best of him. I'd like to have seen more of him. I think he's the kind of player that we're kind of crying out for this season. We need midfielders, a bit of creativity in midfield. And on his day, Sir Alex Ferguson said he was the most technically gifted player he'd ever seen.
Yeah, I'd like to find out what Wilder kind of would say about him and why he didn't give him more of a chance. Nobody knows, do we really? I will go on to, I'm just trying to pick which one I want. David Unsworth. Yeah, I didn't really want to mention him. I hate David Unsworth.
Just think of the good times. The winner against Hull in that 3-2 at Bramall Lane in our promotion season.
Can't think of any good times. Not just because of the penalty that he scored. The fact that Wednesday fans were saying that after, I think it was Burnley, after a Burnley away game, they were all singing David Unsworth's name, and then he kind of clapped him as he walked off the pitch. And that always hasn't sit nicely with me. He might have just been doing it just to kind of like someone singing your name, you clap them. But yeah, it's never sit right with me, that. Go for it.
I'll give you Simon Webster. He played, of course, with Chris Wilder for the Blades. Only made 5 appearances for West Ham. Got a nasty injury as well. He's one of those sort of key players on the documentary that was on the BBC about the Blades.
Oh, right. Okay. I don't even know who he is, to be honest. And I don't remember him in that documentary. But yeah, Simon Webster. I saw his name when I was doing my research. And I thought, I ain't got a freaking clue who he is. So let's pick someone that I do.
I always admire your honesty when it comes to the older players. Respect.
I don't lie, mate. I don't lie. What we will talk about afterwards, we were speaking about our first ever away game, weren't we? And I've got something I want to talk to you about.
Yeah, you beat me as well. You went to an away game before me, a whole year before. That's what I worked out.
I think I've been to a game previously before that. My dad ain't got a clue. Obviously, he remembers my sister's first away game.
More important child. Yeah.
First child, more important.
Yeah.
Favorite. Yeah, it's true. It's almost like you know us.
Well, I've got the same in my family. My parents have named their house after my sister. I mean,
what?
Yeah.
The house called?
Casa Rabina.
Okay. Yeah,
you asked. I didn't say it was a good story.
Right. Okay. So let's move on to John Harley.
John Harley.
He was one of them where I was speaking to my dad earlier, and I'm like, I asked him for some West Ham players that have played for Sheffield United, or vice versa. And he was like, he didn't have a clue. And I said, did John Harley play for West Ham? And it was one of them where I always say to you, and you're like, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. But he did.
Of course, I wouldn't say that for John Harley, because I remember him very well coming back to Bramall Lane and playing against us. I believe Alan Pardew was their manager. And it's always sort of painful when you see a player that you really liked play for a team you really hate. So that's why I've gone with Brian Deane.
Oh, God, Brian Deane. I forgot about Brian Deane. Oh, yeah, that doesn't sit nicely. I'm going to go for you've gone for an absolute legend. I'm going to go for a random, terrible player that we had. Kyle Reid.
That was my next one.
Do you remember Kyle Reid?
Yeah, I do. I thought he was going to be good. He was kind of everything on paper at the time that we needed, but he never made an impact.
No, three appearances for West Ham. I'm not sure whether they were League Cup, whatever, but he's a very unmemorable guy, isn't
he? I'll give you Matt Kilgallen, killer.
Very good. Very, very good. Matt Kilgallen, what a player for us. He were rapid as well. He got...
was he? I remember him getting absolutely outpaced away at Villa when we lost 3-0 in our relegation in 06-07.
I think what you need to do is you need to watch the Matt Kilgallen podcast on Under the Cosh, because he speaks about that, and he was saying that he was injured before that, and when he was coming into the side, he really struggled for form and fitness, really. And Neil Warnock, when we bought him, Neil Warnock said, "Why have I bought you if you're injured?" And it's like, well, you bought him.
Don't look at you. Get in the bath, killer.
Yeah, get in the bath.
I'll give you one more. Don Hutchison.
Oh, you've just stolen my Don Hutchison. That's the last one on my list, and you've just absolutely ruined me.
For a long time, our record signing as well.
Was it? Was it about $1 million?
Yeah, it was. I think it was exactly $1 million. I can't recall.
Oh, was it? I think I just lost you for a second then. But
yeah, it's about $1 million. And then I laughed for a little bit. It was good stuff.
All right. Excellent. I hope that came out on the stream.
Me too.
Yeah, Travelling Blade with the Pink Twins. The pink to make the boys wink. Is that a saying, Hal?
It is, yes.
You use a lot?
Oh, very much so, yes. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up as well.
I thought you might do. So anyway, how are we going to win this game, Hal?
We're going to, if we are going to win it, and you might notice I said 2-0 United, which kind of covers me for both teams. It'll be, like when we beat them in the League Cup and we ended with the Cockney Walk. We're very much under the cosh, which we've now said quite a few times on this, for quite a lot of the game. And it was a case of just getting a bit of a lucky break. And I keep saying that when you ask me how we're going to win these, because we're not playing terribly at the moment, but we're also nowhere near playing the way we were last season. When we went to West Ham last season, I was full of confidence and I thought we could take the game to them. And if we played our game, we could actually beat them if we went toe-to-toe. This season, I feel like West Ham, the way they're playing, they should beat us. So it's going to take us playing to our potential, them having a slight off day, and we still need a bit of luck because we just seem to struggle to actually score goals that aren't set pieces or own goals.
But you said they've got injury problems and they're struggling for a focal point up front. So who knows? That might affect them. So any more comments before we leave the stream, Hal?
Nothing that I haven't already put up on screen. Thanks to all of you that have joined us. Really appreciate it. And we will be doing a watch along from 5:30 p.m. tomorrow.
Excellent. That's what we like to hear. So yeah, everybody, please come and join us. We will be having a great time. We may both wear pink again. Who knows? So thank you very much for watching. Thanks for being here, Hal, as usual. Thank you. Right. And we'll see you for the watch along tomorrow night. Thank you very much, guys. See you later.